Imagine you are floating inside the most advanced spaceship humanity has ever built. Behind you, Earth has already disappeared. The sun is nothing more than a tiny star, lost among billions of others. Every person you've ever known, every city, every memory is now invisible. Ahead of you lies another galaxy, a glowing island of stars floating in complete darkness. It looks close enough to touch, but the truth is terrifying. You will never reach it, not because your ship isn't fast enough, because the universe itself won't let you. At first, space feels peaceful. There is no wind, no explosions, no monsters hiding in the darkness, just endless silence decorated with rivers of stars, stretching farther than your eyes can follow. It almost feels beautiful, like the universe is welcoming you, but something is wrong. The silence isn't peaceful, it's empty, completely empty. Between galaxies isn't filled with planets waiting to rescue you. There are no gas stations, no civilizations, no hidden checkpoints, only an ocean of darkness so vast that your brain cannot truly imagine it. And this is where things change. The nearest major galaxy, Andromeda, looks surprisingly close in our night sky, but that glowing shape is over 2 million light-years away. Even if your spacecraft somehow reached the speed of the fastest probe humanity has ever launched, NASA's Voyager 1, the journey wouldn't take thousands of years. It wouldn't even take millions. It would take tens of billions of years, longer than the age of the universe itself. You wouldn't die before arriving. Human civilization would disappear before you even got close. But here's the problem. You might think the answer is simple. Just build a faster ship. Maybe one day humans will travel near the speed of light. It sounds like science fiction becoming reality, until physics steps in. As you approach light speed, something strange begins happening. Every tiny grain of dust floating through space transforms into a deadly bullet. A microscopic particle suddenly carries enough energy to punch through steel. Invisible atoms become explosions. Radiation becomes a constant storm. Your spacecraft is no longer flying through empty space. It's crashing into millions of invisible projectiles every second. The faster you go, the deadlier space becomes. But it gets worse. Even if your engines never failed, even if your shields were somehow indestructible, your own body becomes your enemy. Years pass inside your ship. Decades. Generations. The people who launched the mission are long gone. Languages change. Countries vanish. History continues without you. By the time you arrive, if arriving were even possible, Earth would be unrecognizable. Everything you left behind would already belong to history. You wouldn't be exploring the future. You would be escaping your own time forever. But that's not even the worst part. Space isn't actually standing still. The universe is expanding. Every second, galaxies are moving away from one another. Not because they're flying through space, because space itself is stretching. Imagine trying to walk across an endlessly expanding treadmill. No matter how fast you run, the destination keeps moving farther away. Some galaxies are already receding faster than light, not because they break Einstein's rules, but because the fabric of the universe itself is expanding between us. Those galaxies have crossed a cosmic horizon. No engine, no technology, no civilization can ever catch them. They are permanently beyond humanity's reach. And this is where hope begins to disappear. Scientists believe mysterious dark energy is accelerating this expansion. We don't fully understand what dark energy actually is. We only see its effects, an invisible force slowly pulling galaxies apart, making the universe colder, darker, lonelier. Every billion years, more galaxies vanish beyond the cosmic horizon forever. The universe is quietly closing doors we can never reopen. But here's the problem. Suppose you somehow solved every challenge. Infinite fuel, perfect shielding, immortal astronauts, near light speed travel. You finally leave the Milky Way. The view is breathtaking. For the first time in history, your home galaxy shrinks into a glowing spiral floating behind you. Billions of stars become one tiny light. Earth disappears forever. There is no turning back. Ahead lies absolute darkness. Intergalactic space contains almost nothing. No sunlight, no nearby stars. Temperatures just a few degrees above absolute zero. If your ship fails, no distress signal will ever matter. No rescue mission can ever arrive. You won't drift for hours or days. You'll drift forever. Your body will become another silent object wandering through infinite darkness with no witness to your existence. But it gets worse. Black holes aren't the only invisible dangers. Powerful radiation from exploding stars, active galaxies, and ancient cosmic events constantly races across across the universe. Most of it passes unnoticed. Some of it carries enough energy to damage electronics, destroy DNA, and slowly poison anything alive. Out there, you cannot hide. You can only endure. And then there's something even more unsettling: the unknown. Astronomers admit that most of the universe is still a mystery. Dark matter, dark energy, strange gravitational behavior, gigantic cosmic structures spanning billions of light years. We've mapped only a tiny fraction of reality. Imagine sailing across Earth's oceans before anyone knew continents existed. Now, replace the ocean with the universe and remove every possibility of rescue. The farther you travel, the less humanity understands about the place surrounding you. Every kilometer away from home increases not only the distance, but the mystery. This isn't just a journey through space. It's a journey into the limits of human knowledge. And maybe the universe has those limits for a reason. NASA's Voyager spacecraft has already entered interstellar space. It carries humanity's golden record, a message for whoever might find it. But even Voyager, traveling faster than any human-made object before it, will never leave the Milky Way. Not in thousands of years, not in millions. It will simply keep drifting through darkness long after Earth itself is gone. If our greatest explorer cannot escape one galaxy, what chance do we really have? Maybe that's the hardest truth of all. We look at galaxies and imagine destinations. The universe sees them as unreachable islands, not because we're weak, but because reality itself has boundaries. For thousands of years, humanity crossed oceans, climbed mountains, and walked on the moon because every frontier eventually had an ending. Space doesn't. It simply keeps going, farther, colder, lonelier, until distance itself becomes impossible. Perhaps another galaxy was never meant to be our next destination. Perhaps it exists only to remind us how unimaginably small we really are. Because in the end, the greatest barrier in the universe isn't technology. It isn't fuel. It isn't courage. It's the universe itself. And some distances were never meant to be crossed.